Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to take a look at the new Tier 8 Premium. But before I do, if you enjoy this video, please leave it a like, a comment, hit that subscribe button, and if you'd like to support me further, please check out the link to my Patreon in the description. Alright then, there's a new Tier 8 Premium in the game. What is it, and what is it like to play? Well, you're seeing it here. This is the ISU-152K. Russian tank destroyer. For those of you short on time, here's my short review. The armour is poor, the concealment is average, and the gun hits very, very hard. As you saw with my first shot doing 738 damage, and I make short work of that guy, the STI, gone. 1200 damage in 2 shots. Not too bad, if we're honest. When playing this thing, I found it to be fantastic when it's hidden. It's terrible when it's spotted. And it being spotted is the problem, because it does get into tier 10 games. So if you want a challenge in a tier 8 tank destroyer with limited gun traverse and limited gun depression, then you should buy this one. Bang. There goes another, I don't know what that was, 700 damage? Yeah. The gun's good. The gun is good, but if you want a challenge at tier 8, then I would say this is one that will challenge you for sure. If you want an easier time at tier 8 in a premium tank destroyer, don't buy this one. Buy the ISU-130PM or the Scorpion, or just play the SU or the Scorpion, because we were given those for free not that long ago. So, there you have it. That's my short review. Now let's take a deeper look at this thing. What is it like to play? Well, as I've already said, when it's hidden, it's a lot of fun because the gun hits so hard. The most fun I've had was when I was top tier and playing from concealment. My experiences so far with this though, well, my early experience with this thing was, it was absolutely terrible, as we do a drive-by on that guy. Yeah, my first 2 games, they were tier 10s, and both games I was spotted. I got spotted early on, and I just got annihilated. 2 shots. Both games I was taken out in 2 shots. And I think this was my 3rd or 4th game. We finished 2nd. We were top tier, so it was an easier time. But that's an example of what this tank is like. This game here is one where we're playing all the way through and we survive. So, yeah, when it's top tier, it is fun. It's a lot of fun because of the alpha. But again, when it's bottom tier, when it's tier 10, it struggles. Well, I found it struggles. The thing that you need to do in the ISU is you need to stick to cover for it to be safe. That said, like I've also mentioned, I was playing from concealment, so that's not necessarily cover, but that was also very, very nice. But that was when I was top tier. When you're not top tier, your concealment doesn't really hold up as much as you'd like it to. The standard reload on this thing is 15.72 seconds, and the alpha is 750. So again, that's not too bad, because that makes that makes the lowest DPM 2,862, which that's respectable. That really is not too bad. The standard concealment is 317, and the top speed is 40 kilometers an hour. When I first started playing this tank, and I think this is where I got caught out in the tier 10 games, it was the speed. It's a lot faster than the tanks that you need to rely on to be distractions for you or support for you. This did lead me to being in a position I wanted to be in, but because there was no one else to spot for me, or there was no one else to take incoming fire for me as a distraction, I ended up getting spotted and I was the target and I was dead. And either that makes my playstyle in this thing terrible, or my teams were terrible. No further comment on the teams. I'm just going to leave it there. But yeah, in a straight line, this thing surprised me. It really did surprise me with its straight line speed. But the hull traverse it's not as fast as I would have liked it to be, and it did feel a little bit weird to be playing a tank that's so quick in a straight line but then can't turn on its own footprint. It was maybe it's just something you'd have to get used to if you want to play this tank. Now, the crew that I had in this tank wasn't specifically set up for concealment. It was set up for maximum gun handling and view range. The standard view range in the ISU is 389 meters, which, isn't the best, but it's certainly not the worst. I think the Stritzvang-K, the Stark, I think that's got a standard view range of 350, which is awful, quite frankly. But anyway, I would recommend boosting the view range as much as possible, because you will be getting into tier 10 games, and you will need all the view range you can get to level out the playing field, basically, for you as a bottom tier tank. The cost of this thing in the game store, it's on sale right now, and there are two packages. You've got the primed package, which is 14,300 gold, 350 gold, sorry, and the fully loaded package, which is 11,400 gold. Now, the extra you get for 2,950 gold is basically 3 pieces of equipment. And those 3 pieces are the rammer, vertical stabilizer, and vents. If, in your mind, 2,950 gold is worth 1.5 million silver, then by all means go ahead and get the prime package. I personally wouldn't, because I think that's a complete rip-off, but hey, if that's what floats your boat, then by all means go for it. The ultimate question, though, I think for this vehicle is it worth it? For me, I've got to say no. I don't think this is worth it. Absolutely not. There are other TDs at this tier that play far better than this one, and I'm talking about the Scorpion G, ISU-152K. Those tanks, I think there's another variant of the ISU-152K. The name escapes me right now. Put it in the comments, I'm sure you guys will remember. But yeah, those tanks, they have a turret, so the gun traverses a lot further, and wheeled vehicle going for a bit of a ride there. Nice one. Yeah, there are other tanks at this tier that just play better, in my opinion, and I think the cost of this is enormous. I mean, 11,400 gold for the lowest package. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, especially when you consider the other tanks that I would rather play are ones that we were given for free. I just don't think there's enough. There's not enough going for this vehicle for me to say it's worth getting, unless you've heard what I've said about it and that kind of playstyle in a tank destroyer is right up your alley. If it's for you, then by all means get it. But I'd say for the average player, no, this just isn't worth it. Coming to the end of the game here, they've only got 1 artillery left, and he's not going to last long. I do recall he takes someone out at the end here. Shotguns somebody, one of the lights. Hummel, yeah, takes out the AMX. There we go, game over. So, yeah, in summary, yes, the gun hits very hard, but if your gun isn't in the game, then it's no good to anybody. And, well, there you go. MVP in that game, decent amount of silver, decent amount of damage. We did get a little bit lucky, though, because my gun stayed in the game, but as you saw, my health was very, very low, and, yeah, I don't know, it plays like it should be a brawler, but it isn't a brawler. That then means it would need to be a, hide in a bush somewhere, but it doesn't quite fit that role either. It needs to be top tier, and even then, it's a bit of a challenge even when it's top tier. All right, guys, that's about all I have for this one. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If not, a dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you're all still keeping safe, and I will see you out there.